What's up, issue? For today's video, we're with full Lucario and the Mystery MEW Pokemon movie team. So we're continuing the Pokemon movie series here. Now, this movie was released on the 16th of July, 2005. I actually started YouTube in 2009, so that was like, 4 years after that. I'm feeling very, very old. So we got 3 battles today with this team. It was pretty cool. I picked 6 Pokemon, which I thought were the most prominent throughout the movie. It was difficult because there were a couple of other ones, but I think I did a pretty good job. All right, our first opponent here, this one is against Luna, and we got a Blastoise lead. Also, my Colt's pretty much gone now, so I reckon after the weekend, I should be as fresh as a daisy. So, Munchlax is going to be my very first Pokemon. This is a Metronome and Last Resort set. It's pretty fun. So, Blastoise is going to go for that Dank Pulse set. Not doing a lot to Munchlax. Munchlax is a bulky Everlight set. I've got on that one Max Health and Max Attack out of nature. I could have made it even more bulky. Now, the funny thing here was I actually got Metronome and I rolled a Power-Up Punch, which is actually quite a good combination for Last Resort. So Blastoise is going to go for an Ice Beam there. Did about as much damage as Dark Pulse did. So Blastoise really can't do a lot of damage to me whatsoever. So I'm going to hit that with a Last Resort. 2 Last Resorts will be enough to take it out. Blastoise is now going to go for an Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere actually did like a decent amount of damage to me, but that was a crit too. So they're doing like nothing. I'm not sure. That's 2 crits. Maybe they've got like a scope lens or something like that. I'm not really sure. But that is going to be the end. I think it was called Cooper, I think it was. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be the Spiritomb. So I can't touch Spiritomb at all unless I roll, I don't know, something cool with Munchlax. It's like, it would be really cool if I roll like, I don't know, Play Rough or something like that, but the chance of that happening would be like astronomically low. So go for Trick Room. Like, okay, that's pretty good. Trick Room's quite good on Munchlax because Munchlax is a very slow Pokemon. So that's going to be working in my favor. So we're going to go for Metronome again. I'm hoping to get something cool here. And I get Metal Claw, like, cool, but unfortunately, it actually missed, which sucks. So now Spiritomb is going to hit me with another Dark Pulse. I can leave like one more maybe after this. So going for almost my final Metronome here, and I got Drop Kick. I'm like, that's good. That's a physical attack, and it does pretty good damage to the Spiritomb there, dropping an attack. I don't think it's got any attacking moves though. However, it had a red card. So okay, I used up the red card. I guess that's okay. At least my next Pokemon doesn't have to deal with an unsuspecting swap. And Lucario is going to be swapping into a Snarl, which sucks because I am running a special Lucario set. Now on this Lucario set, let me go check it. So we got Aura Sphere, Steel Beam, Water Pulse, and Nasty Plot. I've got Steadfast as the ability, and I've got Citrus Berry. Would have been pretty fun. Imagine if I had Justified then and red card swapped into Lucario. That would have been a very, very bad swap for the opponent. So I'm going to be hitting my Citrus Berry there. Thank you to the Spiritomb's attack move. I'm going to go for a Steel Beam here. Now, I thought Steel Beam probably wouldn't take it out, but it should do a decent amount of damage, and it did. I was pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, that Snarl drop really sort of messed me up there. So I've got my Munchlax that there's no point actually swapping that in at all, and I'm going to go into Bonsai. So Bonsai was not very good against this either. I only had one move I could use, which is going to be Rock Slide. We got the Spiritomb going for the Shadow Ball there. Bonsai is going to be able to leave that one like kind of badly though. It is going to put me in Custep Berry range, which is cool. So Spiritomb is finally going to die there to the Rock Slide, which is good. And let me tell you what this moveset is. So I've got Max Attack, Adamant Nature, and I've actually got Max Speed on this Bonsai. I've got Explosion, Counter, Flail, and Rock Slide. And the whole idea of this is to get maybe a counter KO off there, and then on the next Pokemon, go for a Custep Berry Explosion. So the Custep Berry granting their priority. There's a good chance there's a decent chance you could at least get 1 KO hit, if not 2. There's a good amount of times they actually got 2 hit KOs with just one Bonsai, which is pretty impressive just for Bonsai. So unfortunately, it doesn't quite take out Porygon, but it puts a really fair chunk of damage into it, which I was very, very happy about. Next Pokemon is going to be Mime Jr. So we've got a Everlight set with Filter. I've got Future Sight, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Protect. So this one is a more of a fancy set. It is bulky still. I've got Max Health and Max Special Attack with Modest Nature. We're going to finish the Porygon Z off with the Dazzling Gleam. So bye-bye Porygon Z. Actually, a fair few of these team was, half this team was baby Pokemon too. Next Pokemon is going to be a Golurk, and Golurk's got a Quick Claw. I don't really think it needed a quick law to outspeed my little Mime Jr. Regardless, it is going to faint to a Thunder Punch. So bye-bye Mime Jr. At least it took out the Paragon Seed. Now, the next Pokemon we're going to bring is going to be Weavile. Weavile was like the villain in this. So we've got Icicle Sphere, Beat Up, Fury Swipes, and Hone Claws with King's Rock. This is an evil set. Now, I've got Jolly Nature and max speed and max attack. So it's very fast, and it can land like a lot of hits consecutively in a row, especially with Beat Up. Actually, when you think about it, this would be pretty good with like the new item they revealed in Sword and Shield, the loaded dice. Not so much for Beat Up, but more for like Icicle Sphere and, well, Fury Swipes as well. Can't forget Fury Swipes. So the Golem is going to be faked in there, which is good. So bye-bye Golem. And there's 2 more Pokemon left. And I've still got like another 2 as well. I mean, Munchlax doesn't have a lot of health left, but I might be able to do something with it. So next Pokemon's going to be Electivire. So go for Icicle Sphere. What I was hoping here for, so I've got King's Rock as the item. I was hoping to get like a couple of flinches. So I only got 2 hits, which is really disappointing there. And Electivire is going to slice and dice my Weavile. So that really sucks. So I've only got like Munchlax and 1 other Pokemon. So we're going to go into Mew here. So this Mew set is pretty cool. I have used this in the past, but I thought I'd bring it back because it's a fun set. So we've got all the terrains and we've got Terrain Pulse. So obviously Terrain Pulse is starting off at 50 base power. When you set up the terrain, it doubles in base power and takes the type of that terrain. I thought that'd be a pretty, fun set to actually use. I believe I use this in my terrain moves team. Well, I know that I use something like this. Mew gets a lot of the terrain moves. So if you like the terrain moves, I did that quite a while ago. I think I did that. It would have been last year, I'd say. Anyway, unfortunately, Electabuzz is going to be faking me there with a Thunder Punch, and all I've got left now is my Munchlax. So Munchlax got a bit of health, and I'm like, well, I could have actually Dynamaxed my Mew there, but I had to get the terrain up first, and I didn't really want to do that. So, I mean, I didn't really want to go for Max Strike, so I decided not to do that. In hindsight, it probably would have been better if I Dynamaxed not Mew, one of my other Pokemon, but I don't know, it just sort of worked out that way. So we're going to go for Dynamax Munchlax. I still got like a 74 health out of that, which is pretty good considering how little I had. And Ice Punch is not going to faint me because I've got the Thick Fat ability. So I'm going to go for Max Strike here on the Electabuzz, and it only had a little bit of health left anyway. So there's still 1 more Pokemon left, but, Munchlax is very slow. So I don't expect it to beat the next one, but it did a pretty good job there. Last Pokemon is Magmar. It's like, wait, this is a Fire-type Pokemon. I wonder if I can live the Fire Blast, but unfortunately, I did not. It might have been kind of close there if Everlight worked in Dynamax, but that is going to be the end of the Munchlax right there. Pretty interesting battle, and let's get on to battle number 2. If that was a theme team and all, let me know. I didn't. It might have just been random nicknames. I'm not really sure. This was a interesting battle as well. If I didn't mention, we got 3 battles in today's video as well. So, first Pokemon here is going to be called NormalDaddy, and that is Hippowdon. I was like, okay, that's not a normal name for Hippowdon. I was like, what is this going to be? So Hippowdon is going to have the Sand Stream as the ability, going to get some of that sand on the field. Now, Munchlax, as you know, is the Metronome set, so I got to go for Metronome first before I go for a last resort. Now, Hippowdon's got it sort of got me beat here because it's very bulky and it's trapped me in. So I'm going for the Munchlax's Metronome. Then I got the Sacred Sword. I was like, that's the right damage there. That's pretty good. So maybe this Hippowdon isn't running bulk. It's running something else. I'm not really sure. So I'm trapped in at the moment by Sand Tomb, and I'm taking Sandstorm damage at the same time. Then the Hippowdon uses Tackle, and it's got a normal gem. Now I know why it's called NormalDaddy. So that did pretty good damage when you think about it. And now Munchlax is going to go for a last resort. That does really good damage there. So 1 more last resort will take out the Hippowdon. I know that I can live another Tackle. All right? Another Tackle. You probably will never ever hear someone else say that, but only on PIMPNITE channel. So it's going to go for a Fissure. Thankfully, it does miss my Munchlax. I would have been a little bit salty if that landed. And that is going to be the end of the NormalDaddy. Now, there's going to be some other interesting nickname Pokemon throughout this whole battle as well. It doesn't end there. So the next Pokemon is going to be called Pimp Daddy Ben. So obviously this is a representation of me liking Dragonite in my username. And the Dragonite's going to wrap a little bit of an Ekans right around me. So I'm trapped again. So far they've used 2 trapping moves. Like maybe this is some sort of like trapping moves team or trapping strategy moves team. I don't really know. I still did a big chunk of damage to Dragonite there, so I was very happy about that. Now, Dragonite has got the leftovers as the item there too. I want to I want to say that might be inner focus, not multi-scale. That's what I believe in it. So Munchlax's going to go fainting in the next turn, and Dragonite has gone for a roost here, so it's going to try and roost some of its health back here. Now Munchlax is going to go for Metronome. This I decided to go for Metronome instead, and I actually got Endeavor, which is crazy lucky, because that's going to put Dragonite on almost the same, or exactly the same health as the Munchlax was there. So that was awesome. You know, Dragonite is in KO range. Now, the Sandstorm has actually stopped here, but the Wrap will take out the not the Dragonite, the Munchlax from the Wrap from the Dragonite. But that was pretty good getting, I got some good luck there with Metronome, especially at the start of the first battle. I got the Power-Up Punch in the last resort and Drop Kick, and then I got the Endeavor. So we're going to have the Dragonite go for Thunder Wave. Of course it's got Thunder Wave. I knew that it'd be some, like, really, really annoying set to try and make me solid. So it's got Thunder Wave, and it's got Wrap, and it's got Roost. So I've got a set actually kind of like that. It does have Attract as well. So it's just disgusting to this. Let's be real. Like, you can't even do anything. So the next one is Pickle Daddy. So Pickle Daddy's Kabutops. I mean, this video deserves a like for these nicknames already, right? So Pickle Daddy's going to go for Attract. I know what they're trying to do. They know that I hate pickles, so they're using Attract to try and roast me because I like pickles. So go for Future Sight here on the Kabutops, and their future is not looking too bright. Now the Kabuto is going to go for the Whirlpool. So I'm convinced this is a team all based around trapping the opponent in and just, you know, generally annoying the heck out of them. So I go for Shadow Ball here. I thought I might be able to drop the special defense on the Kabutops, and it still did really, really good damage. I was like, man, that's pretty impressive. I should be able to take this out with a Dazzling Gleam next turn, because that'll actually be stab right. So Kabutops also has Sand Attack. It's got Sand Attack and Attract too. That's cruel. Now I actually managed to get a Dazzling Gleam off here on Kabutops, and that is going to be the end of the Pickle Daddy in this pickle-free video. So bye-bye. Now the next Pokemon is going to be called Horny Daddy, and it's an Aggron. It's a very naughty, immature name. I would never ever call a Pokemon that. Now Aggron's going to go for a Meteor Beam here. So Meteor Beam is going to boost its special attack, and it's also going to have Power Herb too, so it's going to be, obviously it's going to be doing a fair bit of damage to Mime Jr. here. Now I do have the Everlight attached on this thing, and it does have pretty good special defense, so I do manage to live that, which is really cool, but Mime Jr. actually got paralyzed there, so I mean, I would have got some sort of damage, which is really good. So Aggron's now going to go, oh, this is a Hyper, oh wait, it might be like an Aggron with all the B moves, Meteor Beam, Hyper Beam, what else does it get? Ice Beam, Steel Beam. I was like, it's going to have to, I bet you it's got Steel Beam. So now Mew's going to go for a Electric Terrain here. I'm going to see if I can hit this with Electric type move. I still got plenty of other Pokemon in the back here. Now Aggron, as I suspected, is probably going to be able to live this attack, right? So firing that Terrain Pulse off, and Horny Daddy is going to go for a Steel Beam, and that's going to be doing a fair bit of damage, coming off +1 in special attack. But what amused me the most there is I managed to live that one. So bye-bye Aggron, it died to the Recoil. I'd say the other moves is probably Ice Beam. I could be wrong about that. So next one is Aerodaddy. I think it's Aerodaddy. No, wait, is it Aerodaddy or Aerodaddy? Oh, it's beautiful. Amazing, you know. Anyway, the Aerodactyl's got a focus. That's what the heck. And now it's got Ancient Power. And Mew is going to be fainting to that. So good thing Aerodaddy doesn't have, didn't get a boost in all of its stats. Next Pokemon is going to be Bonsly. I know that I won't be able to, outspeed Aerodaddy, but its Iron Tail misses, and I can take it out with a Rock Slide there. So that's good. That Iron Tail would have taken me down to my Sturdy, and then I would have been able to go through Explosion Extent, but I got to save that, which is really cool. Now, this is pretty interesting, right? Next Pokemon is going to be Swole Daddy, and that is going to be a Buzzwell. So this Pokemon is incredibly, defensive, right? So I'm thinking to myself, should I go for Rock Slide now? Or maybe I should go for Counter, because if it does use their physical move, which I'm pretty sure it's going to use, because Buzzwell's got very, very few special moves. I think it's got one special move in Sword and Shield, and it's going to go for a Max Knuckle. I'm like, okay, that's definitely a physical set. So I went for Counter in the end. I'm going to be living on 1 health thanks to this Sturdy, which is going to be very, very good. So this is going to be awesome. Watch this, right? So I went for the counter. I was like, this is going to do, obviously it won't take Buzzwell out. Buzzwell's got Dynamax, but very impressive damage. So I was like, wait, I can go for a counter and an explosion back-to-back thanks to the Custard Brew. So as I know, the Buzzword's got very, very like high defenses. I'm like, I don't think this is going to take Buzzword out, right? And it doesn't take it out, but it does a pretty good amount of damage there. So I used Counter and Explosion on one Pokemon, and it withstood them both of them, like, which is that's pretty impressive. I guess it is Buzzword. It's got those big old defenses there, right? Those big guns. So we're gonna go into Lucario. I'm just gonna finish it off with a Steel Beam there, and that's the end of NormalDaddy. I'm going to have the Citrus Berry as the item too, so once I use Steel Beam, I can recover my health back, so that means I can use it another 2 times, right? So there's only one more Pokemon left here, and I actually haven't Dynamax yet, so things are looking pretty good. Next Pokemon to come out here. Wait, no, that's the end of the battle. Wow, you can roast me for that. So that was the last Pokemon. Never mind, that was their last Pokemon. Wow, for some reason I thought they had one left. Okay, there we go. So amazing commentary there. I mean, there's got to be something that deserves a like. I mean, come on. Next Pokemon battle. This one is against Super Bowser. Wow, I don't know what. I know what I did right. I looked at my team. I was like, wait, I've only got there's 5 Pokemon, so they've got 5 as well. Okay, back to the battle. So we got a battle here. This is against Super Bowser, and we have an Alakazam lead, and it tricked me a Dynamite Ore. You wouldn't read about it. So anyway, I'm going to go for the Rock side on Alakazam, and Alakazam actually managed to live. Now, it's going to go for a Custard Berry move here, and then I outsped it. I'm like, what the heck? How did I outspeed Alakazam? And at a Custard Berry, the only move I can think it went for there was Trick Room. So a Trick Room Alakazam. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, then again, you got to remember, people, it is PIMPNITE channel. So Leron's going to come in. It's going to use protection. It's good to use protection. And I went for Counter. I mean, I didn't really know what to use here. Now it's going to go for an Iron Tail with the help of Melmetal. And I actually almost didn't go for Counter. I decided to go for it again. And that's quality damage. But Leron also has the sturdy ability. So I'm going to go for a Disrespect's Flail there and take out the Leron. So, man, Bonsai is just ripping through these Pokemon at the moment. I don't know if I've done a Bonsai sweep on my channel. Actually, I don't think I've done a Bonsai sweep, man. So anyway, next Pokemon is going to be Swampert. It's going to throw a bit of scum at me, and that is going to be the end of Bonsai. It was a pretty good performance there, taking out 2 Pokemon. Can't complain. So Swampert's got the Life Orb too, so it just seems to me like a special set. We're going to go into Munchlax and then use Rock Smash. Like, oh, okay, so it's a mix set. So Rock Smash does a fair bit of damage to me. Thankfully, it doesn't drop my defense. Which is good, the next one would have done a lot of damage. So wiggling my finger there, and I got Self-Destruct, stab Self-Destruct, you wouldn't believe it. And now Self-Destruct is going to not only take my Munchlax out, it's going to take Swampert out at the same time. That was crazy, crazy luck there. I mean, the only better roll I could have got would have getting like Explosion, but it didn't matter, right? Because I already took out the Swampert. Would have been better than getting like Lunar Dance or something like that, right? I hate it when you get Lunar Dance on, Metro. So in comes the Lilligant here. It's going to go for a T to Dance. So Mime is going to be confused. So I should be able to do a fair bit of damage this with Dazzling Gleam if I can get those moves off. And unfortunately, I'm going to hit myself in confusion. Now, the Lilligant's going to go for Leech Seed. It's going to miss. So it seems like a bulky, annoying Lilligant. Just one of these sets just to troll me, right? So I'm going to go for Future Sight on the Lilligant. Its future's not going to be very bright. And now it's going to be able to set up the Leech Seed on my Mime Jr. So I've got a powerful Psychic-type move incoming on Lilligant. So if I can hit it enough times, possibly I can actually feint this, judging on the damage I do to it. And, Dazzling Gleam does very, very good damage there. That was actually very, very impressive. The only annoying thing is Leech Seed is going to heal up that Lilligant a little bit, so I'm going to probably need to hit it with another Dazzling Gleam to take it out. However, Lilligant's going to be swappy out there, and Slowpoke is going to be coming in here. So Slowpoke Gala. I was like, all right, fair enough. I guess they swapped it in to take the Future Sight, which is a pretty good play there. Dazzling Gleam does do a lot of damage to them, and they're going to have to take Future Sight too. So that has almost put Slowpoke within range, possibly, for my Mime Jr. to take it out, depending on whether I get like a max or minimum roll here. So I'm going to snap out of Confusion and go for the Shadow Ball. Obviously, I got a super effective move, so I didn't use that instead of the Dazzling Gleam, and that was enough to take out Slowpoke. So that worked out very, very well, which is nice. I'm not confused either, which is good. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be the Incineroar. So Incineroar will easily be able to take me out if it is a physical set. And I've got that Leech Seed too. So it's going to go for Fake Out. Fake Out doesn't do lots of damage, but it is going to do the damage of Fake Out. And it's also going to do the damage of Leech Seed too. So that's going to put my Mime on less health. And now Incineroar is going to go for U-Turn. And U-Turn is almost enough to take out Mime Jr. It's very, very close. The only bad thing is I am going to faint to the leech seed. I did actually manage to get another Dazzling Gleam off on Lilligant, which is very, very good. So it's sort of quite damaged at the moment. So that's the end of the Mime Jr. A quality performance there by Mime Jr. I've actually done if you like Mime Jr., I've done a Mime Jr. sweep before. I've even done a Mime Jr. Evolution team, so I've done lots of stuff on Mime Jr. Next Pokemon is going to be the Weavile. We're going to slide in a Icicle Sphere, so I thought I'd need like 1 or 2 to take that out, and 1 was all it needed. Now, the last Pokemon is the Incineroar. This time I got it right, people. I didn't mess it up. I know that I'm going to get roasted for that, so it's going to be dropping my attack with Intimidate. Do I want to swap out at this point? No, because I've got another Pokemon that can swap in, and if they do predict me going to Lucario or something like that, I do not want to swap into a Fire-type move. Now, Lucario also has Water Pulse too, if you did forget me mentioning that, so I might be able to get something going. I was thinking maybe I can confuse it, or I could even Dynamax my Lucario myself and go for a Max Geyser Lucario. That could be really, really cool. So Incineroar is now Dynamax here. Obviously, I'm not going to be living this move here. I just went for Fury Swipes, and at least it didn't miss, right? So I got 1 Fury Swipes, and then I got another. I think I only got 2 there, which is like really, really bad. I never get any good luck with Fury Swipes on this Weavile. And now it's going to use a Max Flare. Any Fire-type move is going to take Weavile out. It's a very, very frail Pokemon. So that's all good. That's fine. I almost went into another Pokemon earlier on. I'm glad that I didn't. So that's the end of Weavile. The only bad thing now is the fact that the sun's up, right? So my Water-type move is not going to do a lot of damage. But that also gives me an idea too. How about I go for a Water-type move and power down the Incineroar's Fire-type move? Because I know I'm going to be able to outspeed it. This Lucario is it's max speed, and it's timid nature, right? So I'm going to go for that. So I know I'll be able to live that. It'd be cool if I had like a weakness pulse here, but I've got a Citrus Berry. So I thought, well, if I get hit like stupidly hard by some sort of crit even under the rain, I should be able to live it, and Citrus Berry will give me some help back. So firing off that Max Geyser there on the Incineroar, obviously it does very underwhelming damage, but now it is raining. The thing about this is I am versing Incineroar, and it did Dynamax 1 turn before me, so I know that I can outspeed it too. So if I can land an attack on this Incineroar, right, why it's not Dynamax, it's going to do like a lot of damage. So as I suspected, it would do around half my health there, or maybe activate my Citrus Berry, and that's going to give me another chance to live another Max Flare there. So it's done, it's taken out the Weavile, and it's done another move on my Lucario. So this is its final turn, so I thought this is good, to go for the Max Geyser there. I know my opponent cannot take me out with a Max Flare here. They're going to need to try something else, but maybe they'll try and go for a crit. So now, once again, it's raining. This time, the Incineroar is going to go for a Max Strike. I thought they may try that, because what Max Strike will do, it'll drop the speed of my Lucario. Sure, it's not going to do a lot of damage, but they'll get to hit me with another move afterwards. And I don't know whether this has, like, Flare Blitz or something like that, but Flare Blitz has got, a lot of base power, so that'll be very, very nasty. So I'm going to still outspeed it thanks to my timid nature there, and I'm going to go for the Max Geyser, and Incineroar is going to faint. Either way, I don't think Incineroar was actually fainting me there. And that's pretty much it, people, for this battle. Hope you enjoyed all 3 battles. I'll be back for some more videos tomorrow. Peace out.